Folks, to a quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. First for New Orleans, backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. And playing at the 5, a jump-shooting 7-footer with underrated athleticism out of Colorado State, Jason Smith. Then there's Tyreek Evans, and it's Davis in at the 4 spot. And for New York, Belton is out there with Iman Shumpert. And in the middle, the 2012 Defensive Player of the Year, 7'1" rebounder, shot blocker, and leader Tyson Chandler. Then it's Anthony, and it's Bargnani in at the power forward. And he's good on the second.
You know, for a long time, the Knicks were viewed as a young team on the rise, but when they added Rasheed Wallace last year, the average age went to 32, which was the oldest team in the league last season. And you saw it in their play. They were a group of veterans out there.
Now here's Evans. After the miss from Smith, Holiday goes in. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. New York called for the foul. And for the Knicks, the veteran leadership helped them at times as they had to go through some very tough stretches, Steve, due to injury.
Yeah, they did go through some stretches, but they really did well to secure the division title and get that high seed going into the playoffs. They had a pretty decent run all in all, but this is a team that has higher aspirations than just getting to the conference semis.
Shumpert. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, one of the big things that Iman Shumpert brings to the team is his pressure defensively on the perimeter. When you have a guard like him who can go out and bother ball handlers, it can really take an opponent out of its offense.
And Shumpert had that ACL tear in the 2012 playoffs, but after missing the first month and a half, Clark, I thought he bounced back pretty well.
I'd say he did. I mean, there was some concern. His game is really predicated on his athleticism at this point, but he looked pretty good. Not a great outside shooter, but he cut his turnovers down and showed he could still elevate for some spectacular finishes and was not bad shooting the ball from the three-point line.
And so it's New Orleans with it. That's good. Holiday's got 5 now. Bargnani with the ball. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Monty Williams. I talked to him about plans he had coming into this game, and the one thing he told me was that he wanted to make sure it didn't come down to a wire, saying with guys like Melo and Amari, I don't want the ball in their hands with a chance to win it at the end. We need to get out ahead early and never let them back in it. We'll see if they're able to avoid a close finish, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. Reno Udrich, who's checked in for the Knicks.
Well, his playmaking ability, certainly worth noting, Clark.
Yeah, you rarely see an efficient offense that doesn't feature good passing, Steve. You know that. He helps keep the ball moving. Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000 square foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Gordon. And here's the fast break. Lets it go with the 3. Knicks with the rebound. And Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. Steve, looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, the blue is featured on the Louisiana State flag. Gold, Mardi Gras color, of course. And then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents, Kevin.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about that? Going up strong. I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Gordon kicks to Smith. New Orleans moving the ball around. It's Evans on the wing. There's the dish to Holiday. Anderson, the 3, and Drew Holiday with the 3. Holiday's got 10.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Pelicans on D. 3-point lead. And the dunk by Chandler.
Udrich with the excellent feed that time. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 6 from the field.
He feeds it to Evans. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Smith. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Pelicans have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. New Orleans making some changes here. Steamsma comes in for Jason Smith. And it's Aminu in for Eric Gordon.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Evans kicks to Rivers. And the rejection by Stoudemire. It's off his leg. And the ref saying it hit Drew Holiday. He's checked in for New Orleans. For New York, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Poked loose. It's stolen by Aminu. Dishes to Rivers. Deflected. Stolen by World Peace. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Knicks have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Rivers kicks to Anderson. Rivers passes to Steamsma. Feeds it to Aminu. He dishes it to Rivers. Back to Holiday. It'll count. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. A good close contest so far as we finish. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always easier to score in the paint.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey guys, the last few summers, Carmelo Anthony has incorporated boxing training into his off-season regimen. He said being a boxing fan since he was a kid, he was always intrigued by the elite conditioning level boxers have to attain. He added that the hand-eye coordination and physicality help both his shooting and his ability to play at the power forward spot. Kevin?
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, it makes sense. Thanks, Doris.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
New York trailing. Felton with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Nice shot by Felton.
What's interesting for me to watch with Mike Woodson as head coach in New York is the exciting floor spacing offense they started playing last season. In Atlanta, he'd been known for a grinded-out isolation play style, but has actually tweaked his approach a little bit, and that's been impressive.
Rivers kicks to Aminu. The feed to Holiday. Lots of room. The shot is off. And New York the other way now. And now the Knicks on the break. Pass to Felton. Stoudemire with the ball. Now defended by Steamsma. And back to Mike Woodson, not a flashier, high-maintenance type of personality. He keeps it on the level, and I think, Steve, the players appreciate that.
Players definitely like that. He's very quiet on the sidelines, but not afraid to get in your face when necessary. And I think that's a really good temperament for a coach to have. In general, I think he's a guy who is very well respected around the league and did an excellent job with New York a season ago.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Davis is checked in, and El Farouk Aminu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to Udrich. Makes it off the glass.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now, here's Aminu. The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Aminu. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Bargnani is checked in for Meta World Peace. New York on D. Holiday dishes to Aminu. Kicks to Davis. And Stoudemire with the block. Udrich, the pass to Bargnani. The fast break ends at the rim with the jam.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
Now, here is Holiday. 15 points in the game. That's good.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Here's Udrich. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on El Farouk Aminu. The Knicks have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws. But I think they've lost their aggressiveness a little bit. They're not getting fouled and going to the line.
Well, you know, that's an excellent point you make there, Steve, but we got to be careful not to nitpick here. I mean, they do still have the lead, and that's an advantage they'd be wise to continue to press forward on.
The Pelicans have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely. You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread it.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. We're happy to... The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And welcome back to New York City as we look at an enchanting view of Lady Liberty.
You know, after losing Jeremy Lin going into last season, guys, I think some fans were concerned that the team might slip back to isolation basketball and their offense would stagnate, but instead they flourished as a 3-point shooting team.
That's good. So it's the Knicks now. A 2-point game. A drive by Shumpert. 5 attempts for him at the line tonight. He's made 3.
You go back and you look at the numbers from last season, he knocked down about 77% of his free throws.
And both free throws good for Shumpert. Pelicans trail by 4. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, although Andrea Bargnani is a player that had seemed to have lost a lot of value around the league, the Knicks were actually eager to acquire him this offseason, despite the money remaining on his contract. And you can see the fit. A team that loves to spread the floor and shoot threes, he can certainly do that, and gives the team another versatile scorer to complement the brilliant Carmelo Anthony. Kevin, we'll see how it works out.
Seems like a good fit. Thanks, Doris. And back to the Knicks personnel moves, you got to give them a lot of credit going out and finding shooters and defenders and Steve, playmakers to surround their star players with.
Yeah, they ended up with Bargnani, putting him at the kind of a shooting 4 spot, adding another 3-point threat. The Knicks are always going to be aggressive personnel-wise. This was already a good team, second best record in the East, but you know they're looking to get better.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Holiday goes in. Second chance shot. Davis kicks to Evans. Gordon outside Holiday. That drops. Holiday's got 5 points in the quarter.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that 3-pointer.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. I like the new look uniform, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. You know, Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou, Kevin. That I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than Mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
And stolen by Felton. For the finish. Slam call, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one is on Holiday.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, you know what, come on, Ken. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete. Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
And here's Anthony from the arc. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Gordon dishes to Davis. To the middle. For the lead, Aminu with the bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 1. Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you have the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, Steve, you're never really out of the game. Yeah, you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily. That's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But you have to play well against the West if you want to win your division. And the Knicks were able to do that last year.
Here's Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 3rd assist on the night. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Smith kicks to Shumpert. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Holiday attacking, and the basket good.
And defensively, they're starting to look for answers because ever since halftime, they've been disjointed out there.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Now, last season, he made good on about 3 of every 4 free throws, almost exactly 75%.
And now the Knicks on the break. Anthony leading the charge, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Driving high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession. You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Stolen by Rivers. Here's Evans. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for New Orleans.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
It's Anderson with the drive. Udrich grabs the board. Udrich has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his 1st foul. New Orleans making a switch here. Here's Bargnani, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
What a great battle these teams are waging today.
Yeah, you get the feeling, Steve, the game could swing on just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Outside Gordon. He kicks to Anderson. Holiday. Here's Smith. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. The Knicks with the lead. The drive by Shumpert.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Knicks?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
Anthony Davis is checked in for Ryan Anderson. Here's Chandler. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
That's the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
And good on the basket. Hook it.
And a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Gordon gets to Holiday. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 27.
They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those two things. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
And again, New Orleans with the triple.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
And the rejection by Smith. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. Free throw no good for Chandler. Pelicans trailed by 4. Gordon kicks to Evans. And the rejection by Smith. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Chandler. It's stolen by Davis. And there's the call on Chandler. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Ramon Shumpert is checked in for the Knicks.
That's got to be the biggest pair of free throws of the game so far, guys, because it turns this thing into a one-possession game.
It's Anthony with the drive.
Just a fantastic effort they're getting from Anthony right now.
New Orleans has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Evans, guarded by Shumpert. Smith, left side. Holiday, money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there. What more can you say? He got it done at the best time. Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Back to Evans. New Orleans moving it around. The dish to Holiday. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Now Felton. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Yes!
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trailed by 4. 11 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they're drawing up the only thing they can here. You just get off a quick one and then go ahead and foul.
I think free throws are going to be front and center the rest of the way here.
.11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's world peace. Here's Hardaway. And he drops him a layup off the bench. Now it's a 6-point Knicks lead. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 6. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, this one's out of reach, so I'm not sure why they're calling the timeout here. Maybe just to try to work on something, maybe an out-of-bounds play or something.
Yeah, they might as well talk about what movie they want to see or what they want to surf on the internet because this one's done, boys.
So it's New York picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.